Hi everybody, here is group from China with Love. I'm Kaizhong. Today we will share our case study of Udemy by 4 parts. So let's begin. Udemy is an American MOOCs provider which built by the everybody. We will focus on the website version today. For funding, according to the angel list, Udemy had already funded by 7 rounds for attracting users, developing corporations, and international influence and so on. For functions, Udemy has the same basic functions with all MOOC platforms. But what's the difference? Udemy provides 17 language options, word learning trains, and personal recommendations. All of these are for learning convenient. What's more, the uploader needn't have the academic lessons. It shows Udemy's attitude. Education shouldn't be limited in the academic area. For the next part, welcome Yuxin.
Now, I'd like to introduce to the second part, capture and use of data, starting with user base. Up to now, Udemy has 35 million student users, and it should be noted that enrollment of online consumers increased by 425% due to the impact of coronavirus. On this basis, we move into data capture. We made a diagram showing the whole process. Users are divided into former students and new students. The data then are transmitted to instructors and third-party companies. In addition to capturing user data, others captured automatically. The following are the data processing tools. Cookies are the most familiar of these. The user can block behavior in a pop-up query. Where does the data go from here? Yixia will introduce these questions.
The first part focuses on how Udemy used the data it has captured. As Yuxin said, there are 3 subjects. For new students, Udemy will provide content recommendation based on existing user reviews. The left picture is new user interface, and then the right picture shows new user incentive plan and promotion. For old students, Udemy gave some personalized recommendations based on your previous search and study records. And the tracking usage data will provide some information of users' learning situation. The data shared with the instructor for improving the learning effect, like the class interface, in which students can take notes and the instructor will give guidance. Finally, the data is shared with the third parties. Here are some examples of Udemy partner, like sharing data to PayPal can protect the payment security.
So in part 3, we use policy by design as our criteria to discuss and analyze its policy policy. PVD is an approach that widely used in this field and is based on 7 foundational principles. First one requires design be proactive and preventive. We can see in the security part of policy policy. Indeed, Udemy takes some measures to protect the user's policy, but terms they use are blurred. Second, policy as default setting. Once logged in, the policy will apply and users don't know it unless they access the policy page to read. Third, policy embedded into design. You can see from this, if you disable cookies, certain functionalities will be limited, so the policy part diminishes functionality of whole platform.
Fourth means a win-win way to meet interests and goals, and the fifth means a complete data security circle. However, Udemy will not destroy the data after using it. Although user can apply for deletion, Udemy will still keep some legal data. The sixth means the privacy design is made public. From the table of contents of policy, it is missing a very important part, data processing. We believe it's a black box. The seventh means collecting and using data is user-centered. We can see that mostly Udemy use data to provide user services, while a small part of data is used for company operation. Finally, the conclusion is privacy policy of Udemy is mostly user-centered, but the wording is vague and does not give a guarantee.
So in this part, I'm going to talk about what more can Udemy do. The initial intentions of Udemy was to provide high-quality courses. Ultimately, it changed to be more competitive in the labor market. Even though Udemy still has some active implication and influence for the future education system, it makes it more convenient and accessible to learn, focus more on specific methods of teaching. So we predict that Udemy will go global, individually tolerated, and lead to a later science-driven learning environment. At the end of this presentation, we found some backwards of these two and give solutions. The problems of Udemy is shadowed the data rights and default the policies. So, how to overcome these predicaments? Firstly, try to eradicate the word language and give accurate expression when negotiating with users. Secondly, respect for the user privacy, maintain user-centric. This is our reference. Thank you for your listening.